right, so earlier today I recorded a review for a movie called Ghost Killer, and I then uploaded it, and it was up for about 10 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes, and I went to listen to the audio on it. Because, yeah, as you guys know, I just cut the end and the front off and I upload them. And sometimes I don't even check the video at all. And this was one of those times. And when I went to go listen to it while it was uploaded, I heard the sizzling of the food that we were making. And it was so quiet on my end, but on the stove or in here it was on the stove, and on here it was so loud it was like drowning my voice out. I couldn't believe it when I went back and listened to it. I was like, how is that possible? I could barely even fucking hear the thing, but on here I could hear it. So I have to redo this review, so here we go. So this is about a young woman who is a college student, and she comes across a bullet casing, and unbeknownst to her, this is linked to a hitman who was killed, and now his grudge is linked to this casing. And when she picks it up, she then becomes haunted by the ghost of a hitman, a professional killer. And he kind of follows her around because he can't get out of her distance. Anytime she tries to leave him, he just immediately pops right back up. And the only way to get rid of him, at least by his guess, is that she has to kind of fulfill his grudge. She has to help him because he can take over her body and possess her if she wants him to. She has to put out her hand, and if he grabs it, he can take over her body. And of course, he's a professional killer. So he is a kung fu master and a gun expert and everything. So, she ends up getting herself in trouble in her real life, and he can help her out of those situations. And then ultimately, of course, I'm sure you can guess, she goes to help him with his. I really enjoyed this a lot. So I check out a list on Rotten Tomatoes of the top 100 highest rated horror films of 2025, and half of them were 2024 films, like very obviously 2024 films. So I don't really understand that list, but regardless, there was a couple films on there. Both of them had Ghost in the title, and they were two movies I had not seen, and both of them were from Japan. So I was like, okay, I'm going to watch both of these. I started the other one, but let's talk about this one. This is more of like a martial arts film with a kind of, odd couple pairing, where he's the hardened hitman and she's like the, optimistic young college girl who doesn't want anything to do with this world and is like, you're too scary, go away, get the hell away from me. And then, obviously things happen and she has to buck up, and he takes over for her, and there's some funny moments after she fights, and he's like, what the hell? Almost reminded me a bit of the movie Upgrade by Lee Winnell, where, he just gets his body taken over and he's all of a sudden this like kung fu master, except for in this case it's a woman. I think that it was more lighthearted than I was expecting, that's for sure. And I think that element is added because of the main character, the fact that she's not a killer. She doesn't want anything to do with this world. She doesn't want anyone to die. She doesn't want to hurt anybody, but sometimes people need to be hurt. And there's a lot of back and forth of that, almost like a Terminator 2, John Connor versus, the T-800, and being like, you just can't kill anyone. It is a little bit lighter than I would have expected, but the gunplay in the movie is fine. I think the direction on that is kind of typical. It's good. It's fine. But where the movie really shines in its action is in its hand-to-hand combat. There's some really, really good hand-to-hand combat, both with just hands and also with knives. The opening scene is 3 versus 1 knife fight, and that was badass. That was really well directed. Didn't have any music. It was really silent. It was very cool. It was very slick. I really loved that opening fight sequence. I was like, oh wow, this is really, really well directed action. And then yeah, there's another big fight towards the end that's also really well choreographed and has some great thrilling elements to it. Very frenetic and exciting and just expertly directed hand-to-hand combat action. And I really liked our characters. I liked how they interacted with each other. I really liked our lead girl. I started watching the Baby Assassins movies, which I think I think she's in, if I'm remembering correctly. I think somebody in the comments of the video I had up for like 10 minutes was like, "You gotta watch the Baby Assassins movie." I did. I started them. I watched the half of the first one. I need to watch the other two. I think there's like a TV series coming or is already out. So if you do like the Baby Assassins movies, this definitely reminded me of that to a degree. Yeah, I mean, as far as the horror goes, he's a ghost. I mean, that's about as much horror as there is. So why this is classified under horror? I mean, technically, right? She's like being possessed and she's being haunted and he's a ghost and whatever, but it's an action movie, right? So the horror is a stretch, but yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it. If you are somebody who doesn't mind it being a little bit lighter and really likes, like, you know, martial arts films, and this sounds like a premise that's fun to you, it's not, of course, something that we haven't seen before, right? Like, we've definitely seen these movies where a ghost or something can take control of somebody's body, and they're like, come on, let me in, let me take over. And they're like, no, 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 and finally let them come in. Like, this isn't something wholly original, but it was cool. It was done well. And I thought that the ending was satisfying, and I think that it was a solid watch. So, yeah, fun film, and yeah, I think it's available for free on Plex. I think is where it's at right now. So you can go watch it there, or of course you can pay for it and not deal with a million ads. Plex is one of the worst, maybe the worst of the ad-based streaming services. So, although Plex used otherwise, through your friends' accounts and whatnot, rules. Anyway, that's that. The sizzle is gone, so I apologize for not checking the audio, but this audio should be good. Check it out. Let me know. Adios.